My name's Louis Grayson, retired New Orleans detective, badge number 214. I'm 78 now, in 2025, coughing up what's left in my lungs. Doctors say I'm done. This ain't about saving me. It's about Celeste Dubois, a vintage crime I couldn't face 28 years ago. I'm confessing because the truth's choking me worse than the cancers. Back in '47, New Orleans was alive. Jazz clubs, neon into the bayous, but dark underneath, with secrets nobody dared touch. I was 30, fresh from the war, drinking to forget the war. Celeste was 23, a jazz singer at Club Crescent, voice like honey, eyes like the sea. They found her in a swamp, strangled with her own scarf, an orchid hairpin tucked in her hair. The cold case was ruled a crime of passion, blamed on a drunk sailor who skipped town. I worked the case, but the precinct didn't care much. Back then, a black woman's death barely made news. They said, "Let it go, Louis." But Celeste's voice stayed in my head, like a song I couldn't shake. Last month, a package came to my doorstep, no sender, just my name in shaky ink. Inside was a burned photo of her, and a 78 RPM record, scratched but playable. I dusted off my old player, heart pounding. The needle dropped, and there was Celeste's voice, singing a blues I'd never heard, recorded in '48. A year after she died. My hands shook. I checked my old case files, hidden in my attic. The coroner's report said Celeste died May 3, 1947, neck snapped. But the record's label read, June 48, Celeste Dubois. No way she sang after that night. I went to the club's old owner, Remy, now 80, half blind in a nursing home. He swore Celeste never recorded after 47. She was scared, Louis, he said. Said someone watched her sing every night. I pressed him. Who? He clammed up, hands shaking. Then I found a note tucked in my old file, in my own handwriting. Check Eddie's alibi. Eddie was my brother, a gambler, always in debt, always at Celeste's shows. I didn't remember writing it. My stomach twisted. That night, I dreamed of Celeste, standing in my attic, orchid in her hair, pointing at me. You missed it, Louis, she whispered. I woke up, the record player spinning, no record on it. Why was Eddie's name in my notes? And how was Celeste's voice alive after her death? Ever get a call that chilled you to the bone? Tell me in the comments. Celeste Dubois was supposed to be dead, but the record said she wasn't. I couldn't sleep. That record, Celeste's voice from '48, tore me up. This noir mystery was pulling me back to '47, to a detective story I thought I'd closed. I had to dig, even if it broke me. I started with my old files, yellowed and dusty. The police report said Celeste died alone in that bayou, no witnesses. But a witness statement, buried deep, caught my eye. A dock worker saw a man in a fedora leaving the swamp that night. Description matched Eddie, tall, lean, always wore a gray fedora. Why didn't I follow up back then? I went to the bayou, now overgrown, fog thick as soup. I found nothing but a rusted hairpin, like Celeste's orchid one, half buried in mud. My hands shook as I pocketed it. Back home, I called an old cop buddy, Sam, retired in Baton Rouge. He remembered the case. Louis, you were off that night, he said. Eddie was at the precinct, asking for you. My brother, at the station, the night Celeste died. I checked the precinct log. Sam was right. Eddie signed in at 11:47 p.m., May 3rd, 47. Celeste's time of death was midnight. Too close. I dug deeper. Celeste's bandmate, Lila, now 70, lived in the French Quarter. She met me at a dim cafe, eyes nervous. Celeste was scared, Lila said. She owed money to a loan shark, Vince Toro. Eddie hung around her, promising to pay it off. I froze. Eddie never had money. Why was he involved? Lila handed me a photo. Celeste and Eddie at the club, her smile tight, his hand on her arm. On the back, in Celeste's writing, "If I'm gone, ask Louis." My head spun. I checked Vince Toro's file. He was a big player in 47, ran gambling dens. Arrested in 48, but no link to Celeste. His rap sheet mentioned an informant, my brother's name. Eddie was snitching for Toro. I didn't want to believe it. Then I found a transcript in my files, from a 47 interview I don't recall. Celeste, scared, saying, "Vince knows I talked. Eddie's no help." The paper was stamped, destroyed. Someone covered it up. That night, my phone rang, crackling, like a bad line. A man's voice, low. "Stop digging, Grayson, or you're next." I hung up, heart racing. Why was this unsolved New Orleans case coming back? And why was Eddie's name everywhere? What would you do if a case turned on your family? Share below. The photo of Celeste and Eddie was dated May 10, 1947, a week after her funeral. That photo, Celeste and Eddie, dated after her death, broke me. This cold case wasn't just a case anymore. It was personal. Eddie was my big brother, 5 years older. He pulled me out of bar fights, lent me cash when I was broke. But he gambled, lied, ran with bad crowds. Was he tied to Celeste's murder? I couldn't trust my own memories. I confronted Eddie's old friend, Joey, a bookie still alive in 75. We met in a smoky dive bar. Eddie was in deep with Toro, Joey said. Owed him thousands. Celeste was his way out. I pressed, "How?" Joey looked away. She was gonna sing for Toro's club, clear Eddie's debt. But she backed out. My gut sank. Eddie used her. Joey slid me a matchbook from Toro's club, with Celeste's name inside, crossed out. I went to the precinct's old evidence locker, now a dusty archive. The guard let me in for old time's sake. Celeste's file was there, but her hairpin, the one from the crime scene, was gone. The log showed a break-in, June 47, no suspect. Someone cleaned up. Then I found a note in my own handwriting, taped inside. Eddie was with Toro, May 3. My hands shook. Did I know back then? I called Sam again. "Louis, you were drunk that night," he said. Eddie said you fought about Celeste. You didn't want him near her. Fought. I didn't remember. But 47 was a blur. Booze, war scars, long nights. Was I blind to Eddie's lies? I found a 47 diary page in my attic. Celeste trusted me. Eddie's trouble. My own words, accusing my brother. Pause here. Who's your prime suspect? Eddie, Toro, or someone else? Comment below. That night, I dreamed of Celeste again, her scarf tight around her neck. "You knew, Louis," she whispered. I woke, my mirror fogged up. "You knew," written in steam. Eddie wasn't just a gambler. He was Toro's pawn. And I let him walk. I wasn't just investigating Celeste's killer. I was protecting him. I couldn't hide from it anymore. Celeste's death, this noir mystery, pointed to Eddie, my own brother. I had to face him, or her voice would never let me go. In '75, Eddie was gone, dead from a heart attack in '68. But Toro was alive, 80, running a dive bar in the quarter. I went to find him, the record in my pocket, my old service revolver tucked in my coat. Toro's bar was dark, smelling of whiskey and regret. He sat in a corner, eyes sharp despite his age. "Grayson," he sneered, "still chasing ghosts?" I slammed the record on the table. Celeste sang this after she died. "Explain it." His smirk faded. "She was trouble," he said. "Knew too much about my deals, drugs, girls. Eddie brought her to me, said she'd sing to pay his debt. She refused. My blood ran cold. Eddie sold her out. I pulled my gun. Did you kill her?" Toro laughed, cold. "Eddie did the dirty work. Snapped her neck, left the orchid to taunt you. Said you'd never suspect him." My hands shook. "Eddie, my brother, a murderer." Toro leaned in. "You knew, Grayson. You saw him that night, drunk, blood on his sleeve. You covered for him." My head spun. Flashes came back. Eddie at my apartment, May 47, muttering, "She's gone, Louis. Did I bury it?" I played the record on Toro's jukebox. Celeste's voice filled the bar, singing, "I'm not gone, Louis." Toro's face paled. "That's impossible," he whispered. Then he lunged, grabbing a knife. I fired, once, twice. Toro fell, blood pooling. I burned the record, the photo, the matchbook. I thought it was over. Would you pull the trigger on family? Share below. I thought Celeste's case was closed. But something followed me home. Toro was dead. I burned the evidence, told no one. Celeste's unsolved New Orleans case stayed cold, but her voice never left me. I quit drinking, tried to forget. But the truth about Eddie, my brother, Celeste's killer, ate at me. I failed her, let him walk because he was family. I tracked down Lila again, gave her Celeste's hairpin from the bayou. She deserved better, I said. Lila cried, said Celeste dreamed of leaving New Orleans, starting fresh. I wished I'd helped her. Then I found a letter in my mailbox, no sender, dated 1975. Louis, I saw you shoot Toro. I'm not gone. Signed, Celeste. My heart stopped. A photo was inside. Celeste's grave, dug up, empty, dated 1948. I went to the cemetery. Celeste's grave was real, but the headstone read 1948, not 47. A mistake. Or a cover-up. I called Sam one last time. He sighed. Louis, Eddie said Celeste was alive that night, begging for help. You were too drunk to listen. My own brother lied, and I believed him. Subscribe for next week's case. The Vanishing Heiress of 1953. I'm dying now, and Celeste's detective story haunts me. Was she alive after 47? Did someone fake her death? The letter, the empty grave, they point to someone out there, watching. I hear her voice at night, singing through my walls. Last night, my door creaked open. A new record was on my player, spinning, labeled Celeste, 1975. They never found Celeste Dubois. But the singing hasn't stopped. Was her death a crime of passion? Or calculation? Share your thoughts.